It was the most embarrassing moment of my life.
Michael, why is your mother so fat? I've never seen anybody that fat. Mommy, what's wrong with you?
Even though this was the most painful and embarrassing moment of my life, it turned out to be a miracle undisguised, because it led me to uncovering a long-forgotten Costa Rican tradition that helped me melt 167 pounds of stubborn fat in under 1 year without diet or exercise.
I got from miserable, always tired and hardly moving, to slim and loving every second of my life.
Practicing this tradition has already helped over 18,761 people reach their ideal weight when nothing else worked for them. And I'm sure that after I share it with you in this video, you'll get so excited that you'll want to try it for yourself. Because this long-forgotten tradition from the Nicoya Peninsula of Costa Rica will make your body burn fat 24 hours a day, decrease hunger and cravings, skyrocket your energy levels, accelerate your metabolism so you can lose weight like never before, bring you back to your youthfulness to make you look 10 years younger. I will also share how a 71-year-old housekeeper from Costa Rica practices this tradition to look and feel like she's still in her 40s. This tradition is deeply connected to the beautiful jungle of Costa Rica. The inhabitants of the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica have been following this tradition for centuries, and because of its legacy, they are one of the healthiest populations in the world. Also, life expectancy in the Nicoya Peninsula is almost 90 years. One of the highest averages in the whole world. And I'm so lucky for having stumbled across this tradition, not only because it helped me melt so much body fat so quickly, but mostly because it has the potential to end the obesity pandemic in America. As this long-forgotten Costa Rican tradition has already been validated by a group of scientists from the University of Utah after they tested it on a group of 132 overweight people. According to their research, which was published on logicalscience.com, by practicing this tradition, individuals were able to regenerate the mitochondria from their cells and thus increase their energy levels and metabolism up to 53%. Mitochondria are small organisms within your cells that transform all the food you eat into energy. It's a fact that kids and teenagers have a high number of mitochondria in their cells, and that's why they have high energy levels that last all day long. But as you age, especially once you hit 45, the number of mitochondria in your cells decreases. Plus, as you age, your mitochondria are able to produce less and less energy, and so your metabolism gets slower and your energy levels decrease. But the research proved that this tradition from Costa Rica drastically increases mitochondrial activity, even aiding the production of new mitochondria in the cells. Another surprising result which the researchers identified was because of this age-old tradition, cells were able to eliminate residue and detoxify themselves, which increased their lifespan up to 41%. In other words, if you start practicing this Costa Rican tradition, you can potentially reach your ideal weight and keep it for the rest of your life without the usual struggle. Fit in a pair of skinny jeans and have all your clothes fit exactly how you want them to. Ramp up your sex drive. Have consistent high energy all day long so you can be more productive at work and be able to play with your kids or grandkids without ever feeling tired. Be admired by all your friends and family about how sexy and attractive you are. Look and feel at least 10 years younger. Be proud of yourself and live life to the fullest. And the best part is that you won't have to count calories or go through restrictive diet plans that make you feel horrible and rarely work anyway. You won't have to do cardio or other crazy workout routines. All you have to do is to practice this Costa Rican tradition on a daily basis. Now, I know this may sound far-fetched to you and too simple to work so well, but it's what has already worked on me and for thousands of Americans who lost over 30 pounds of fat after practicing this Costa Rican tradition for only a few months. But don't take my word for it. I'm going to show you verifiable facts. But before that, just imagine waking up tomorrow morning with as much energy as you had in your 20s, even if you're 60 or 70 now. You'll look and feel healthier than you have in decades and at least 10 years younger. Think about how you would feel as day by day your stubborn belly dissolves. And you'll discover that the symptoms of major health issues like hyperthyroidism, high cholesterol, high blood sugar, high blood pressure, chronic joint pain, and more will fade away so rapidly, it will make you feel like you're experiencing a miracle. This Costa Rican tradition has the potential to detoxify every cell in your body to unlock energy reserves that make you feel young again and allow you to lose weight faster than anything else you've ever tried so far. That's exactly what happened to Martha, a 44-year-old single mom from Oregon. Her belly felt so bulky that she was ashamed to even go out of the house as she felt like everyone was staring at her. For 5 years, she tried every diet and weight loss program out there in order to lose the weight she gained during her second pregnancy, but nothing ever worked out for her. In fact, she gained more weight, and she was hardly able to move without getting out of breath in order to take care of her 2 daughters. She already had symptoms of type 2 diabetes, and her doctor made her take Zocor daily to reduce her high cholesterol and prevent her from having a stroke. She felt depressed as being almost obese was a very bad example for her kids. But when Martha started to practice this Costa Rican tradition, she started to lose weight like never before. She dropped 6 inches off her waistline in the very first month. She also dropped 21.8 pounds, and she was hardly believing how much more energy she had and how many things she was able to get done in one day. And after 8 more months, she dropped another 72 pounds, which actually made her doctor freak out as all her diabetes symptoms disappeared and her cholesterol level was back to normal. All this weight loss drastically increased her self-esteem and confidence, and she started dating again. She met her new boyfriend at a birthday party, which she decided to attend at the last moment because she just bought a new dress and wanted to show off. She just wrote me she can't believe how her life changed when she started practicing the Costa Rican tradition. And she just wishes she'd found out about it sooner. Laura, who's 47, was 1 month away from her summer holiday with her sister's family when she found about the Costa Rican tradition's powerful weight loss effects. The thought of wearing her bathing suit in front of so many people she hardly knew just sent shivers down her spine as she had no confidence in her shape. But in just 30 days, the Costa Rican tradition helped her flatten her stomach and melt 25 pounds and 4 inches off her belly. These are just 2 examples from thousands of men and women who have practiced this Costa Rican tradition to transform their bodies and lose weight in record time. I'll share more later, but before I do, it's critical that I tell you what this Costa Rican tradition is and how it actually saved my life, helping me lose 167 pounds in under a year. My name is Barbara Millen, and I'm nobody special. I was just lucky enough to have stumbled upon this Costa Rican tradition quite by accident, but it transformed my body and changed my life. Practicing this tradition is currently helping thousands of ordinary men and women from the U.S. lose weight like never before, helping increase their health and transform their bodies in record time. Many people consider me a minor celebrity in the health and wellness world, and I'm humbled to have been labeled as having one of the most inspiring weight loss stories. But a few years ago, my life was completely different. I was 38 years of age and weighed almost 300 pounds, 291 to be exact, and it all started around 10 years ago. The truth is, I've never been thin, but I wasn't too fat either. Up until I got married to Ken, I was around 155 pounds. We were newly married, so very much in love and with big plans ahead of us. We wanted our own house really badly, and after a lot of thinking, we decided to buy a house in Bear, Delaware. But the one we liked the very most was 30% more expensive than what we could afford, even though it was an older house. And that's when my health started to go downhill. It took us 4 months of hard work and a lot of stress to renovate it. And by the time we finally moved in, I had gained 18 pounds through eating junk food while we didn't have a kitchen to cook in. I didn't care too much about the extra weight, though. I just thought to myself that I would lose it somehow. But since the mortgage was so high, I took a second job as a waitress, which completely turned my schedule upside down. I remember waking up completely exhausted every single morning, horrified that I needed to work the entire day and well into the evening. Then, when I eventually finished my waitressing, I just craved junk food. Pizza, ice cream, and chocolate were my go-to comfort foods because I felt so tired after working so hard every day. Slowly, I got heavier and heavier, and my clothes got tighter and tighter. And by the time I got pregnant, I was 194 pounds, and even though I tried to pay more attention to what I was eating, I gained almost 40 pounds during the pregnancy. It felt that only a miracle had helped me to deliver Michael safely. So I decided to do something about my weight and health. I also had my beautiful son to take care of, so I didn't want to feel any health complications, which would almost be inevitable with my weight. But I was too tired to start exercising. I was out of breath just from walking outside with Michael in a stroller. So I decided to see our family doctor and ask for help before my health deteriorated even further. I was really hoping for professional advice, but he only told me to watch what I ate and to start exercising. So I decided to use the internet for advice. In the next couple of years, I must have spent thousands on meal delivery services, home gym equipment, gym memberships, not to mention the fitness classes I attended. HIIT, Zumba, Insanity, and a few more. I tried every diet you've ever heard of, from the Fat Loss Factor cleanse, the 3-week diet, intermittent fasting, or the Venus Factor. Now, even though these exercise programs or diets did help me lose a few pounds, I couldn't stick to any of them. And each time I fell off the wagon, the weight came back plus a little more. Each time. With so many disappointments, I turned back to comfort food. Within a few years, I put on over 70 pounds until I got to the point where I was 291 pounds. I couldn't even look in the mirror. Every time I looked down, grabbing my belly, I felt shame and guilt for letting myself go and for not being able to do anything about it. So now you see, I know exactly what you're going through right now. Always being exhausted and hardly being able to keep up with your kids. Never being able to fit in your favorite clothes, binging on pizza and desserts until you feel your stomach could explode, and then the guilt that comes right after. I used to live with those feelings every day. My confidence reached the lowest point when I was fired from the waitress job, as they told me that I was too slow for the job, but you can't be fast when you're almost 300 pounds. On top of it all, my marriage was breaking apart. Our sex life had completely gone. I'm completely embarrassed to admit it, but it's impossible to be intimate with my husband because the more weight I put on, the more depressed I became. And every day I was driving my husband further away from me. I knew he loved me and I loved him as well, but I was too embarrassed to have him look at me naked or let him touch me. I felt weak in a way I never thought I could. And then 1 month later, I suffered what could have been the worst thing that could happen in my life. But as you'll soon discover, it was the best thing that could ever have happened to me. It was the beginning of July when my husband Ken and I, together with our son Michael, started our summer vacation. We booked ourselves a nice little hotel for 10 days on the shores of the beautiful Silver Lake. There were lots of children's play areas around, and I loved watching Michael play with other kids while Ken was fishing. After 2 days, I met Isabella, our housekeeper. From the moment I met her, I noticed something really unusual about her. For a start, she was smiling all the time, something you don't see that often. As we started talking, I found out that she was born in Costa Rica and had moved to the States 23 years before. She was 71 years old, but honestly, she looked like she was in her early 40s. She had almost no wrinkles on her face, and she was slim and just overflowing with energy. I found it hard to believe that she was cleaning the floor of our whole apartment block, over 30 rooms by herself. A few days later, it happened. It was a really hot day, and I was sweating like a horse as I spent some time in the sun looking over Michael, who was playing in the pool. But the heat was too much for me. I started to feel nauseous and could feel a horrible headache coming on. Everyone was staring at how fat I was. It made things worse. Soon, my breathing got heavier and heavier. I wanted to scream at Ken for help, but it was too late. It all went black. When I woke up, I was inside an ambulance that was taking me to the hospital. It was in a hospital room where Ken and Michael finally joined me. It was obvious that Michael had been crying. He started again as soon as he saw me. He looked so hopeless and frightened, and as you can imagine, it absolutely broke my heart. But I knew something like this was about to happen. All doctors had told me that if you're overweight, you're 62% more likely to have a heart attack, 64% more likely to have a stroke, 81% more likely to have coronary artery disease, and over 70% more likely to develop type 2 diabetes, and having to live being dependent on pills for the rest of your life. This experience was the worst of my life, and the thought of not seeing Michael grow up and raise his own family was just unbearable. I prayed to God to give me a miracle and help me. And now I know God heard me. I was kept at the hospital until the next morning under observation, as they said it was only due to heat exhaustion. But the doctor who took care of me was blunt, and she told me that unless I started to take care of my health and reduce my high blood sugar, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure, I might not be so lucky the next time. Later that day, I was taken back to the hotel, and even though Ken insisted we pack and go home, I decided to stay until the end of our vacation, which was only a few more days. And up until the boat incident, we'd been having a blast. It was around 2 p.m. the same day when I bumped into Isabella. She got really worried when I told her the news, but also happy to see me still around. I told her what happened, and for some reason I couldn't help myself, so I just burst into tears. She came closer and hugged me, and we went into my room. I don't know why I felt like sharing my whole story with Isabella, but I'm so glad I did. Because right before she left, she looked me in the eyes and told me, "Barbara, you're such a nice person, don't worry. I will bring you something tomorrow that will help get your health in balance and also help you lose a lot of weight." The next morning, she knocked on my door and gave me 2 jars filled with what she described as a traditional Costa Rican tea. She told me that she was from Nicoya, a small peninsula in the western part of Costa Rica, and that drinking this tea was one of their oldest traditions. It turned out that in her hometown, a lot of people drank a cup of this tea in the morning and a cup with a different blend of ingredients in the evening. Then she told me that she's been drinking this traditional Costa Rican tea ever since she was 15. And that's why she looked so young and was so overflowing with energy all day long. When I heard that, my eyes lit up because I sensed this was the breakthrough I'd been looking for almost all of my adult life. I thanked her, and then she went to continue her work. Our holiday came to an end, and I wanted to say goodbye to Isabella before we left for home, but she had the day off, so I couldn't. Ever since Isabella had given me the tea, I had wanted to start drinking it, but something stopped me. Deep down, I knew it was because I was so afraid that I would only end up being disappointed again, and that would have just been too much. I spent 10 days at home since the end of a vacation, and I still hadn't touched the tea. But one evening, Ken came from the kitchen with a cup of tea in his hand, and he told me, "Honey, it's time. I really do feel this one is going to work." When I started sipping, I noticed a beautiful flavor. I finished the tea and slept on it. In fact, I slept so well that night that the next morning I woke up feeling so energetic and enthused. Most surprisingly and completely unusual for me, I felt refreshed and less tired than I usually was in the mornings. Then I tried the morning tea, and that also had a really delicious and refreshing flavor. Looking back now, I will always remember a big boost in my energy that first time I tried it. As the days passed by and I continued my tea ritual, I felt like day by day I had more energy and was sleeping so much better. After 7 days had passed, I decided to step on my scale. I felt how my clothes were fitting me better, but I thought maybe it was just me feeling differently. With a lot of anxiety, I took a step. Wow, I couldn't believe my eyes when the scale showed I was 5 pounds lighter already. Woohoo! For the first time in decades, I felt hope that I could finally get rid of my ugly belly fat, live a normal life, and bring the passion back into my marriage. After I had been drinking the Costa Rican tea twice a day for 30 days, morning and evening, I found that even though I had not exercised or ate any less, I had lost a whopping 21 pounds and almost 4 inches off my waistline. I had to tighten my belt 4 notches because my fat pants were falling off. That night, we all went to dinner to celebrate my 21-pound weight loss. But I had a big problem. Both my tea jars were almost empty. I needed to talk to Isabella and ask her for some more tea. So I called the hotel where we spent our vacation, hoping she'd be at work, but I couldn't talk to her. The front desk told me that her 98-year-old mom had just passed away, and Isabella had left to travel back to Costa Rica. I was devastated. I felt immense pity for Isabella and her loss, but also for myself, because for the first time in decades, I found something that worked for me, but I had run out of it. How was I going to continue my journey without the tea from Isabella? When Ken came home that evening, he found me crying, and I told him what happened. He took a big breath and told me not to worry because we'd figure something out. Then he hugged me and told me that he loved me and that he would do anything to help me continue my journey. We spent the next 3 days trying to find a chemist or tea specialist that could tell us the Costa Rican tea ingredients, but we had no luck. But a few days later, thank goodness, we had our first breakthrough. A friend of Ken connected him to a guy called Dr. Dean. Ken called him and told him my story, and Dr. Dean agreed to help us. Dr. Dean was a homeopathic health practitioner and nutritionist, a graduate of the University of Utah. He was successfully running his own clinic and a wonderful person with lots of charisma. Since his own wife had unexplained weight gain, he was really excited to help us to try to figure out what was in the tea recipe. The next day, we shipped a small amount of remaining tea to Dr. Dean and waited patiently for his call. A week later, while we were having lunch, Ken received the call.
Ken, I got your ingredients, and I don't want to sound too hype, but I think we could be on the verge of a huge breakthrough for weight loss. As soon as possible, please bring Barbara with you and come pay me a visit at my clinic. I know it's a 4-hour drive, but I promise it will be worth it.
The next day, we were on the road to Dr. Dean. He welcomed us with a big smile and told us that he hadn't been as excited as this since he was in college. Before he told us about the ingredients, though, he told us that he had spent many hours researching the tea, but he could find virtually nothing about it. The only thing he found was a research paper done by a group of scientists from the University of Utah and published on their website. They had tested a tea from Nicoya, Costa Rica on a group of 132 overweight people who lost an average of 31 pounds in the 3 months of the study, even though the group hadn't dieted or exercised at all. almost the exact same thing I had experienced. On top of that, most of the people in the group had healthier blood sugar levels, healthier cholesterol levels, high energy all day long, looked years younger, and were feeling happier. It sounded too good to be true, but I was living proof that it was real. Their conclusion was that the Costa Rican tea can speed up metabolism and increase energy levels by up to 53% because of the special mix of ingredients, which helps to revitalize mitochondrial activity in the cells, production of new mitochondria, and even increase the lifespan of human cells. Then Dr. Dean told us something that made me mad. The results of the case study could have been a huge breakthrough for all people who struggle with extra pounds on their bellies. And he had found it really strange that nothing happened after the study was published. So Dr. Dean called a friend of his who works for the University of Utah and found out that after the study was published, one of the biggest weight loss companies from the U.S. had invested $2.3 million to continue the research. But weirdly, that had been 10 years ago, and ever since, nothing. In other words, the weight loss company bought the project to prevent the research results to be published in the media. Can you imagine the greedy CEO of the weight loss company? Hiding this research from the world must have made his company millions of dollars. He may still be celebrating because people like you and me will never be able to lose weight with the products his company sells. It made me sick. Then Dr. Dean told me about the ingredients. The morning tea had green tea, oolong tea, orange peel, lemongrass, ginger, and dandelion leaf. It then took Dr. Dean more than 10 minutes to share the amazing health benefits of all these ingredients on the human body. It turns out there are hundreds of studies in which these ingredients have been shown to increase metabolism and energy levels, improve digestion, and at least a dozen studies of how they help people lose weight. Then Dr. Dean told us that if we could make this morning tea even more potent, we just needed to add ginseng root, Garcinia cambogia, and monk fruit to the mix. He found a recent study done by 3 Stanford University students published on their website in which a Garcinia cambogia and ginseng root mix allowed a group of 12 people to not accumulate body fat even though they consumed 3,400 calories a day in their diet for 57 days. Dr. Dean knew that adding Garcinia cambogia and ginseng root to the already powerful tea mix will not only increase metabolism and energy levels even more, but will also help reduce cravings. But most importantly, it will stop the production of new fat cells in the body. And with the help of monk fruit, which is a natural sweetener that has anti-inflammatory properties and is 100% safe for diabetics, as it has no calories and has no influence on blood sugar, it would taste amazing.
A slimming tea with so many powerful ingredients has never been created before, and I really think it will help millions and millions of overweight people lose all the weight they need to.
And then Dr. Dean started talking about the evening's tea ingredients, and he got really excited.
Mixing senna leaves, licorice root, peppermint leaves, fennel fruit, cinnamon bark, dandelion leaves, lemongrass, and ginger together is pure genius. That's why your friend Isabella looked so young, even though she's 71. The synergetic effect of all these ingredients helps detoxify the body and increase longevity, reduce cravings and improve digestion, reduce constipation, induce states of calmness, and will therefore definitely make you sleep better. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of clinical studies that prove this evening mixture's health benefits. Once again, I would only add monk fruit to it, so that each time you drink it, you enjoy a sweet experience without any calories.
That's when I told Dr. Dean that I wanted to be the first client of his new business, a tea business. Dr. Dean sourced all the ingredients and sent them to one of the most prestigious high-tech manufacturing facilities in the USA. It took them 8 weeks to carefully prepare our slimming tea inside their FDA-registered and GMP-certified facility. When we finally received the first batch, I was shaking with excitement. I had gained weight in the 3 months since I was without the tea, and because I hadn't kept the daily tea drinking ritual going, I was still skeptical. But thank God it worked so fast. I started every day drinking the morning tea, feeling how the powerful ingredients were flowing through my body, igniting my metabolism and energy levels, and melting fat like a hot knife cutting through butter. My sugar cravings completely disappeared, and so did my bloating and gassiness. Every evening, the delicious evening tea helped me relax and sleep so much better, and I was once again waking up completely refreshed and filled with energy. Every morning, the scale showed a smaller weight. After 30 days on Dr. Dean's tea, I had dropped 29 pounds. Every week that passed, it made my joints feel smoother and more supple. My skin became more radiant and my hair regained its volume. I started touching my belly, arms, and legs, and instead of soft fat, I slowly started feeling toned muscle even though I wasn't exercising. My favorite part of this journey was seeing my stomach and huge thighs shrink day by day. All the fat that I used to grab in absolute disgust just simply disappeared. And instead of being covered in cellulite, my thighs became smooth and sexy. Soon I started receiving compliments, first from my family and my colleagues from work who all wanted to know my fat loss secret. But the most beautiful compliments came from Ken, my loving husband, who completely changed from hardly noticing me to not being able to keep his hands off me and enjoying my new body every single day. In hindsight, it almost feels like this saved my marriage and certainly made it stronger than ever, so it made it all worthwhile. Another thing that happened was that Ken also embraced the Costa Rican tea tradition, and he lost 17 pounds, mostly off his belly. When we returned to the beautiful Silver Lake a year later, we were a completely new couple, both feeling younger and full of enthusiasm. Unfortunately, Isabella never came back from Costa Rica, so I never had a chance to thank her for helping me change my life. Over the following weeks, I decided to drink 3, even 4 cups of the morning tea each day, and I melted all the extra fat that I had on my body, mostly around my belly, much faster than I thought was possible. As you see, my change is huge. I lost a total of 167 pounds, and I can wear clothes I would have been petrified to look at before this Costa Rican tradition came into my life. Even my face looks more beautiful and radiating, and I feel a renewed vigor and love for life. I look and feel at least 10 years younger. I'm not at risk for type 2 diabetes anymore, and my blood pressure and cholesterol levels are similar to the ones of much younger women. I can finally experience my life the way I should have been enjoying for so many years. I can go out to restaurants, eat whatever I want without gaining weight or people staring at me, and all I did was drink the tea that Dr. Dean made for me. My twice-a-day ritual for the morning and the evening. I feel beautiful, sexy, and an example for all my friends and colleagues. During my 1-year weight loss journey, we kept in close contact with Dr. Dean, so when we paid him a visit, he wasn't too surprised to see a new, sexy, and slim version of myself. But he still said,
Wow, Barbara. I know you will take this the right way, but even I wasn't expecting to ever see you looking that slim.
Surprisingly, he hadn't shared the details of his tea formula with anyone else except his wife, Catherine, who lost 34 pounds and dropped 5 dress sizes. But he did have a big plan for it.
Your results are simply remarkable, but I want more proof that it works so well. Sure, you've lost 167 pounds and almost 20 inches off your waistline. Your cholesterol levels, blood sugar, and blood pressure are similar to those of young women. Your resting metabolic rate is 147% higher, and on top of that, your serotonin and dopamine levels, your happy hormones, are 65% higher. Catherine lost 34 pounds too, and she feels wonderful, and Ken lost most of his belly fat. But I want to have more people experience similar results before we know for sure that it can work for everyone. I have 316 pouches left of both morning and evening tea, and I want to give them to at least 50 people to drink it for 6 months. I already told my patients that I was working on something that could help them a lot without giving them the details, and 37 of them are keen to give it a try. They're all over 40 and at least 30 pounds overweight, and I'm sure with their help and the help of my friends and family, we'll find the remaining 13. And once all those 50 people lose weight, we'll have all the proof it takes that our new slimming tea works better than anything else in the weight loss industry.
He was truly a man with integrity. From the moment we got those 50 people in the test group and they started drinking Dr. Dean's tea, most of them experienced more energy than they had in the previous 10 years. Their metabolic rates increased up to 132%. Their cravings and big appetites went away, and best of all, the fat they all had around their stomach just seemed to vanish. Their back pain, joint pains, and other aches disappeared. Brain fog lifted. Stress and anxiety disappeared like a miracle, and their sex drives returned. Most felt healthier and happier than ever. And during the 6 months that they spent drinking Dr. Dean's tea, even though they never gave up on foods like chocolate, pizza, ice cream, cheeseburgers with french fries, or pasta, 41 out of the 50 people had each lost over 43 pounds of fat. Not only that, though, the remaining 9 have lost over 31 pounds and were oh so very happy with their new bodies. Let me introduce you to just a few of them. Jenna is 57, And after 12 years of struggle because of her weight, Dr. Dean's tea worked like magic for her and helped her get in great shape for her daughter's wedding. Jenna lost 61 pounds and made her daughter really proud. Patty is 47, and after she had been transferred to a branch from a nearby town, she gained a lot of weight. She had been constipated for most of her adult life, so when she started drinking Dr. Dean's tea, her results were extremely fast. In the first month, she lost 18 pounds and completely cured her constipation. In the coming months, she dropped a total of 46 pounds and regained her youth. Megan is a 44-year-old mother of 3 who finally got rid of the 74 pounds she accumulated with her pregnancies. She was 206 pounds and had been gaining and losing the same 10 pounds for 2 years. But when she started drinking Dr. Dean's tea after she lost the first 10 pounds, she didn't stop until she got back to where she was in high school at 132 pounds. With the amazing results that 50 volunteers had demonstrated, we discussed where to take this discovery. And when Dr. Dean called us and asked us to become partners in the tea business, it was an instant yes. I'm really happy and proud to introduce you to the new all-day slimming tea, the only scientifically proven slimming tea that will rejuvenate the dead mitochondria in your cells so they produce energy and burn fat 24/7 like they did when you were young, while at the same time stop fat production in your body. Because of this synergetic effect, your body will lose weight naturally, while you'll improve your health and look and feel 10 years younger. Many of our clients lose up to 6.8 pounds in just their first week, and an average of 21.7 pounds in their first month. And many of the ones who drink our tea for 2 months have lost over 41 pounds of fat and many inches off their waist, thighs, hips, arms, and legs. Most of them even wrote us to thank us that they lost so much weight with the all-day slimming tea. They had to invest in a whole new wardrobe. Truly, drinking our all-day slimming tea on a daily basis is the easiest and the fastest way to reach your ideal weight without effort. Because it contains a powerful combination of green tea, oolong tea, orange peel, lemongrass, ginger, dandelion leaf, ginseng root, Garcinia gambogia, monk fruit, natural mint, and lemon flavor. Our morning tea has the potential to skyrocket your metabolism and energy levels up to 53%, so you can be more productive at work and be able to play with your kids and grandkids for hours without any pain or fatigue. Stop fat production in your body so you can lose weight naturally without the struggle caused by diet or exercise. Reduce your appetite and cravings for carbs so never again you'll fall off the wagon. Help you get healthier blood sugar and cholesterol levels so you can stop worrying about your health. Help you reduce back pain, joint pains, and other aches so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Reduce the effects of aging in your body so you can feel and look 10 years younger and have everyone admire and compliment you for how beautiful and young you look. And the best part is that you won't have to restrict your food intake to diet or to exercise in order to lose weight like never before. Our evening tea is made from senna leaves, licorice root, peppermint leaves, fennel fruit, orange peel, cinnamon bark, dandelion leaves, lemongrass, ginger, monk fruit for sweetness without the calories, and natural honey and lemon flavor. It tastes so good that you'll recommend it to all your friends and family, and you'll enjoy it every evening after dinner because it'll help you reduce constipation, cravings, appetite, and bloating, support your body's detoxification process so you can get rid of all the excess water weight, sleep better during the night, and wake up rested and filled with energy and refreshed every single day. Drink a cup of the morning tea after you wake up and a cup of the evening tea after dinner, and you'll burn 24 hours a day fat while supporting your health and longevity. Our all-day slimming tea is great for your blood sugar and waistline and also helps support a healthy heart, brain, joints, and your body's detoxification process. So by drinking it daily, you will not only lose a lot of weight and look and feel at least 10 years younger, you'll improve your health at the same time. In every package, you get 30 morning tea bags and 30 evening tea bags, all manufactured in an FDA-approved and GMP Good Manufactured Practice certified facility under the most sterile, strict, and precise standards. Each tea bag is made from 100% natural plant-based ingredients, vegetarian, and non-GMO. There are no dangerous toxins, fillings, or stimulants, so drinking the tea can be one of the best things you can do for your health. In my opinion, there is nothing else on the planet that gives you the powerful fat loss and anti-aging effects of our all-day slimming tea. Please don't get fooled by other supplements or slimming tea's marketing that overpromise and underdeliver. Each batch of our all-day slimming tea has been tested by third-party laboratories. That means you can be 100% sure that what is written on the label is what you actually get when you drink it. We are guaranteeing that you'll get the highest quality, purest ingredients, that will help you burn fat 24 hours a day while stopping the production of new fat and cholesterol in your body. So you'll finally be able to get a flat stomach and fit in a pair of skinny jeans, no matter if you're 40, 50, 70, or even 80 years old. Just like the 18,761 women and men from the US who have been helped already since we launched our website just a few months ago. If you think you've tried everything and nothing has worked for you so far, I highly recommend you try our all-day slimming tea because it will give your body something it has never experienced before. Other diets and supplements do not contain the powerful ingredients found inside our all-day slimming tea, and that's why your body continues to accumulate fat. No matter how many hours of exercises you did, how good your diet was, or what supplements you took, nothing worked for you because fat continued to be produced and stored in your body at a faster rate than it was burned. But when I and thousands like me started to drink the all-day slimming tea, fat production in the body was completely stopped. In a matter of hours, the mitochondria in our cells were revitalized and started to ignite our metabolism and burn fat like never before. This synergetic effect worked so well for me and more than 18,761 other people. And as long as you continue to drink our tea, your body will burn all the extra fat that you've been hanging on in your belly, thighs, hips, arms, and legs until you reach your ideal weight. Now, most people over 40 have under 36% of their mitochondria being active in their cells. And with this aging, this percentage gets smaller and smaller, and they get depleted of energy and have a greater chance of becoming obese. And if Dr. Dean hadn't created the all-day slimming tea, based on the traditional tea from Nicoya, Costa Rica, that made its inhabitants some of the healthiest in the world, me and the other 18,761 people I mentioned before would still be overweight and struggling. Because nobody wants you to get slim. You've seen that even the University of Utah's research was bought and buried by a big weight loss company so that you remain overweight for the rest of your life. So we have no time to waste. Because the moment the weight loss companies find out about our website and the amazing results of our all-day slimming tea clients experience, they will do everything in their powers to shut us down. And there's no way for me or Dr. Dean to fight them. They have billions of dollars to spend and the best lawyers in the country at their expense, and they would do anything so that people like us would stay overweight for the rest of our lives so they can continue to fill their pockets. And that's why Dr. Dean and I have decided to personally help you. So we've set aside the next 200 units of all-day slimming tea at our biggest discount ever. Because since we officially launched a few months ago and people started to lose weight and feel better than ever before, and they started talking with their friends and family, we had so many people visit our website that it almost crashed. And because many people ordered 6 units of our tea at a time so that they can boost their metabolism and support their health and potentially stop fat production for at least 6 months in a row, we ran out of stock. And we started receiving desperate emails every day from people who couldn't order anymore. So we don't want this to happen to you. I mean, think about how amazing your life will be when you'll have lost the stubborn first 5 pounds. You'll be so excited for having found something that works so well while supporting your health and reducing the effects of aging in your body. Then when you're 15 pounds lighter and have dropped 2 dress sizes or more, you'll have enough confidence to lose the next 10 pounds and so on until you're 30 pounds lighter or more. And before you realize it, you'll have reached your ideal weight. That's what will happen when the mitochondria in your cells starts burning fat as they should and fat production in your body is stopped. That's when you'll feel free and you'll be able to live your life the way you were meant to without worrying about your health, counting calories, or feeling guilty for eating the foods you love. Now, because 92% of our clients order 6 units of our all-day slimming tea at a time, our biggest problem is that we can always run out of stock again. We're just a small business. We don't have enough money to have unlimited units available all the time, especially since the cost to produce our tea is very high, mainly because all the ingredients are 100% natural and the very best quality. And each time we run out of stock, it takes our supplier up to 3 months to manufacture a new shipment. And with all the craziness that happened in the last year, and with health regulations changing week after week, it takes longer and is more difficult to have a new shipment arrive in our small warehouse. So that's why I recommend to order your new all-day slimming tea today, because when you receive it, it will start working fast. Soon after you finish drinking the morning tea, you'll notice how you have way more energy. You'll start burning lots of fat. And after you drink the evening tea, you'll relax. Your bloating, gassiness, or constipation will be long gone. Plus, you'll sleep better than you have in decades and you'll wake up lighter and filled with energy. Your metabolic rate can potentially go up 132% and your cravings and high appetite will drastically be reduced. All the fat you have around your stomach will vanish. Your back pain, joint pains, and other aches will disappear. Your mind will be focused and clear, and your sex drive will return as you'll look and feel at least 10 years younger. And you'll finally reach your ideal weight and be able to enjoy foods like chocolate, pizza, ice cream, cheeseburgers with french fries, or pasta every single day, without guilt and without adding a single inch to your waistline, because your body now burns fat 24 hours a day. Now, another important thing you must understand is that the more time you drink our tea, the more fat you will burn. Because if you only drink our tea once, or only for a few days, it won't have too big of an effect on your body. But if you allow enough time for the synergetic effect of the ingredients to work on your body, you will be shocked at how your body will transform over the next few months and how much weight you'll lose and how energetic you'll feel. And that's why most of our clients drink our all-day slimming tea for at least 4 consecutive months. And you should do the same, because if you lose over 20 pounds after the first 30 days, like me and so many of our clients did, but then run out, you don't want to have to wait for up to 3 more months until you get more and lose all the momentum. So my recommendation is to start by ordering the 6-month supply. It will help you burn fat and have high energy all day long for 6 months without your body to store new fat, and you won't have to worry about anything. Just drink your morning tea after you wake up, and then have the evening tea right after dinner, and you'll slim down without any effort. Now, because I want you to lose all the extra fat you have on your body, and with no chances for you to fail, I talked with Dr. Dean, and we decided to give a huge discount to those who are truly motivated to reach their ideal weight. Now, if you wanted to buy a custom fat-burning tea like our all-day slimming tea, and you wanted to buy all the ingredients yourself, you'd have to pay $197 only for the morning tea ingredients. Because we're using only 100% natural ingredients and not extracts, which are not only very hard to source, but also very expensive. To source the ingredients for the evening tea, it would cost you $161, because some of the ingredients are a little bit cheaper. So basically, you'd have to pay $358 for a 1-month supply of loose leaf tea. Now, to package the tea mixture in small 2-gram sachets so that you can easily use them and consume them on the go, you'd have to pay at least $43. That's how much FDA-approved facilities charge for packing, making your total cost for 1 month supply $402. But the big problem is that all suppliers have a minimum order quantity of at least 1 pound of tea mixture. So you'd have to buy at least 1 pound of morning tea and 1 pound of evening tea. In other words, unless you buy their minimum order quantity, they won't sell it to you. That's their policy. They would expect you to make an investment of over $2,800. Now, luckily, because we've ordered hundreds of units of all-day slimming tea, our cost is not $402, which is, again, what you'd have to pay for 1 month supply if you had the tea custom made for you. And because the cost of natural tea is so high these days, honestly, our supplier has recommended that we charge at least $397 for a 1 month supply of all-day slimming tea, especially when you consider how effective it is, and that over 18,761 people have already reached their ideal weight just by drinking it daily. But I couldn't do that, because I knew that so many people who wanted to lose weight and improve their health would simply not be able to afford such a big price tag. So we decided to price our all-day slimming tea at $97, which is 75% off the manufacturer's suggested price of $397. But today we're having a huge discount. I recommend to choose the 6-month package of all-day slimming tea today, because then you'll only pay $49 for 1 month supply, which is 50% off our retail price and 87% off the suggested manufacturer price, allowing you to save up to $300 on your order. And I think that we can both agree that finally reaching your ideal weight and getting a slim waist with no more belly fat, without wasted time, effort, and money, would be worth much more than $49 a month, which is just $1.60 a day. Now, we made a great deal with our supplier, and thanks to it, you'll get a nice discount on the 3 and 1 month supply options as well. Now, your savings won't be as big, but you'll still save a lot of money while losing a lot of weight. And don't worry, because you'll never be billed again unless you decide to place a new order of our all-day slimming tea. I hate those companies who have automatic billing set up, more than you do. However, if you want to take advantage of today's discount, you need to order right now, because we do have limited stock in our warehouse. And with the cost of our natural ingredients always rising, I can't promise the discount will be available past today, or that will even be in stock tomorrow. So don't delay. Click one of the Add to Cart button right now below. You'll get a confirmation and an email from me, plus your order will be shipped to your door in 5 to 7 business days. Of course, I also have a small support team that's there for you 24/7, so if you have questions about your order, you can always reach out. Now, you should know that you can get the All Day Slimming Tea only here on our website because our All Day Slimming Tea is a unique tea blend, and this unique mixture of natural ingredients has never been produced before. The only way to get access to the powerful weight loss properties of our tea is to buy from our website. Please don't fall for the slimming teas that you can find online or in your local health food store because they're filled with cheap herbs, powders, and fillers and won't help you lose a single pound. They lack the unique ingredients that made our all-day slimming tea simply the best slimming and anti-aging tea ever created. The only way to get our all-day slimming tea is here on our website. This way, we have completely cut out the middleman and we can give you huge discounts and help you save a lot. And yes, every day, hundreds of people motivated to get a flat tummy and get back to their skinny jeans join the 18,761 people who already succeeded with the help of our all-day slimming tea. And yes, the all-day slimming tea works for everyone, no matter if you're 30, 50, or over 70 years of age. And because of that, Aline P., one of the best weight loss experts in the U.S., recommends our tea to all her clients, plus she drinks it every day. In fact, she has 3, even 4 cups of the morning tea and ends her day with a cup of the evening tea, knowing it will detoxify her body, improve her digestion, and help her relax and sleep better. And since some of her clients who tried our tea have already lost up to 22 pounds and many inches off their waistline, Aline wants everyone to drink it for at least 3 months so they can experience the amazing benefits. So, she decided to give a few of her best-selling programs and ebooks as free bonuses to everyone who buys the All Day Slimming Tea. Bonus number 1 is her Slim Over 55 program, which was especially created for men and women who want to get back in fast shape at home. Her second bonus is her bestseller, Healthy Fat Loss Desserts Cookbook and Videos. This is a collection of over 35 yummy, easy-to-prepare, money-saving fat loss dessert recipes with detailed instructional videos that are delicious and have no sugar or unhealthy fats, don't increase blood sugar, so they're safe even for diabetics or your kids, and they're proven to help you lose weight even if you eat them daily. You'll learn how to make fat loss cheesecake with blueberries, fat loss brownies, plus 33 other delicious dessert recipes that will help you burn belly fat. Her third bonus is her newly released anti-aging ebook, 57 Secrets to Reverse Aging. You'll learn the secrets that hundreds of her clients are using to increase their energy level and look and feel 10 years younger in just weeks. So, my recommendation is to get the 6-month supply of the All Day Slimming Tea so you can burn fat all day long and potentially stop the production of new fat for at least 6 months. And remember, everyone that buys a 3-month or more supply of our All Day Slimming Tea will get free shipping plus Align's amazing bonuses for free. On top of that, we offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. So try the All Day Slimming Tea on us, and if it doesn't work, you pay nothing. I hate paying for something that doesn't work, and I'm sure you do too. That's why, if the All Day Slimming Tea doesn't work for you, or you're simply unhappy with the results you experienced and expected to get, just let me know. Write me at support@allslimmingherbs.com, and I'll send you a refund with no questions asked. This way you'll have no risk, as you'll pay only if you get the results you wanted. So don't delay, because with so many people ordering every day, we'll most likely run out of stock again. So order now by clicking one of the Add to Cart buttons below. And don't delay because it'll take up to 3 months to get a new shipment of our All Day Slimming Tea. Plus, if you don't order now, the next time you visit our website, today's discount may have expired. Now, if you're still here, I'm afraid our time together is coming to an end. Now, you have 3 options that lead to 3 very different outcomes. Option number 1 is to not use the information I gave you on this page and to continue to struggle with your weight for the rest of your life, worrying daily about your health and keep looking for solutions. Option 2 is to use the information you learned on this page and try to apply it by yourself. But I'm afraid it'll take you weeks to find a supplier that can source all the ingredients for you. Then you'll need to find a facility where you can mix the ingredients, then pack them in small sachets so you can start drinking your new slimming tea. But it will cost you at least $402 for a 1-month supply, and you'll have to buy at least 1 pound of the morning mix and 1 pound of the evening mix, which will make your total investment over $2,800. But I want to be honest with you, that will take a lot of work and effort and time. I know this as I helped Dr. Dean source our ingredients. Most likely you'll quit before you can even find all of the ingredients. And in a few months from now, you'll still be struggling with your weight. And who knows, maybe you'll gain even more weight because of all the stress. And of course, I don't want this for you. So option number 3, and the best option, is to take the easiest path to success. Take advantage of all the hard work Dr. Dean and I have already done. Remember that over 18,761 people have already reached their ideal weight by drinking the all-day slimming tea daily. All you have to do is be one of them and drink a cup of the morning tea after you wake up and a cup of the evening tea after dinner, and your body will burn fat 24 hours a day while preventing new fat from being produced. It's impossible for you to fail. It worked for me and over 18,761 people like me and you. So it'll surely work for you too, especially with the free bonuses you'll get from Align. In the first month of drinking the all-day slimming tea, I dropped 29 pounds. Every week that passed, my joints felt smoother and more supple. My skin became radiant and my hair regained its volume. My energy soared while I started looking and feeling 10 years younger. I started touching my belly, arms, and legs, and instead of soft fat, I slowly started feeling toned muscle even though I was not exercising. My stomach and thighs were shrinking day by day. All the fat that I used to grab in absolute disgust simply seemed to disappear. And instead of being covered in cellulite, my thighs became smooth and sexy. I lost 167 pounds with the help of the all-day slimming tea. And instead of being ashamed to even go out in public, people started to notice me for how good I looked. And sometimes people I haven't seen for years didn't even recognize me. The same thing can happen to you too. The good news is that I'll be here to guide you every step of the way. Yes, after you take the first step and you order your all-day slimming tea, I'll always be here for you. You can write me at any time at support@allslimmingherbs.com and I will promptly reply and guide you every step of your journey. Together you can be successful as well. Because think about it. You tried so many diets, so many workout plans, starving, keto, supplements, and who knows what else. But I'm sure you've never tried a slimming tea that's as powerful as the all-day slimming tea. A part of our ingredients has made the Nicoya Peninsula inhabitants some of the healthiest people on Earth, who are all thin and have an average lifespan of up to 90 years. And the extra ingredients Dr. Dean added will make your weight loss journey much easier and enjoyable. This has worked for over 18,761 other ordinary people like me and you. Join us, and then allow me to share your story and how easily you've reached your ideal weight, so that millions of people from the U.S. can admire you and get inspired. And remember, you're always backed by our 60-day 100% money-back guarantee, which means you have nothing to lose, only a thin, youthful body to gain. Get the 6-month supply of the all-day slimming tea so you can burn fat all day long and potentially stop the production of new fat for at least 6 months, or whichever package is best for you. But remember that everyone who buys 3 months or more of our all-day slimming tea will get free shipping plus Align's amazing bonuses for free. So order now and I'll see you on the next page.